Hey there, this is the One Boom, and everybody's situation in life is different. What's easy for me might not be easy for you, vice versa. So if it sounds like I'm leaving out your specific life story when I'm describing what I'm about to describe, please know that that's just because the world doesn't revolve around you. So let's talk about how I've been playing these types of games wrong my entire life, and how the change in mentality I've had might be what could save you a lot of headaches in the future. Alright, stop me if you've heard this one before. You're sitting down to play a video game, and there's nobody online for you to play with. A nightmare scenario, really. Solo queuing in an FPS game is like putting your life in somebody else's jizz-stained, Cheeto dust-covered, peanut butter and jelly hands. It seems like every random teammate I have, especially ones that have mics plugged in, have somebody vacuuming in front of the TV, they have a toddler they're neglecting, and just generally a bad home life. And while that's great, do your own stuff. I, however, am a super serious gamer, and I can't have your bad lifestyle choices impacting my ability to win at Call of Duty. Like, I'm here for success, winning games, completing challenges, unlocking camos. I am not here to babysit you going AFK every 10 seconds. I am not here to coach you through your 18th lost gunfight in a row. I feel like every one of my random teammates get a message at the end of each game from the enemy team saying, hey, thanks for the streaks, buddy. But what can I do? This is all up to the matchmaking systems at play. I can't choose who I get paired with. Even a server browser won't fix this entirely, because everybody I'm playing with happens to be a goddamn human being, and I hate it. And then, there's even a worse scenario. How can anything be worse? You log on to solo queue and you're not at your best. You didn't get enough sleep, you're not properly hydrated or fed. Those three things are probably your fault, but you're not at your best. Let's just leave it at that. Your aim isn't good, your game sense is off, maybe you haven't played in a while, maybe you are just stinky that day. I don't know. And then the game's matchmaking system seems to think you're capable of carrying an entire team of people that are just as shit as you are. Like, it's weird. Every time I'm at my worst, I still have to carry, and when I'm at my best, I carry even harder. It's a never-ending cycle of suck. Like, oh, I'm supposed to carry this team because I have a positive KD ratio. Oh, and when I'm at my worst, I still have to carry the team because overall I have a positive KD ratio. Most shooters, and I'm actually going to go ahead for the purposes of this video and say every shooter is benefited by momentum. Meaning that when your teammates suck, they're not just having their own bad game and you can just ignore them and have your own good game. Yes, that can happen sometimes, but often when your teammates are dying, they're leaving openings for you to be flanked, overwhelmed, have the spawns flip, and if you're playing something like Call of Duty, you're not just losing map control, the enemies are working up towards streaks that can make it even harder to crawl back out of the hole that your terrible teammates are digging for you. One of the reasons I complain about bad teammates all the time is because once you realize that a bad teammate equals a bad match, it's hard to get that out of your head. Yes, ideally I would just focus on my own gameplay and not worry about anything, but it's not even a matter of winning or losing the game. I can't be expected to win gunfights where I'm being triple teamed because the teammates that were between me and the enemies got killed every single time. I push a flag with a teammate and the teammate runs off somewhere else and gets killed. I'm by myself on the objective. That's just no good. You ever try to win a game of Rainbow Six Siege where somebody picks a character that's supposed to synergize with yours and they just suck at it? They don't put their charge in the right spot, they don't wait for you, they're just trying to get kills, and they're just a liability. And that's a real thing, and I don't know why there's any debate about this. I've been told on stream so many times to stop complaining about teammates, and while probably 50% of that is because I complain about teammates too much, but other times it's like, no, this is a perfectly reasonable complaint. Whether I'm playing Modern Warfare, or Halo, or Vanguard, or Battlefield, it always feels like I'm surrounded by people that absolutely don't care what happens. And video gaming, for me, is a pretty cathartic release when things are going my way. I mean, if you're watching a video like this, you're likely pretty into these types of games, and you can relate to what I'm saying, because we don't just log on because, ooh, pretty graphics, guns. We want to, succeed at something, progress towards something, we want to work at something. I don't derive all of my humanly value from how good I am at a video game. At the end of the day, they're products, they're experiences, and I review them and think of them as such. Like, I might be a sweaty nerd, but I'm not a total tryhard. But I don't load up Call of Duty to lose and get spawn trapped over and over again, so I can just spend the entire match rolling my eyes and sighing. I want to do well, and bad teammates are a direct impedance to this. Like, yeah, just focus on your own gameplay while your teammates are flipping spawns and failing to capture objectives and losing all of their gunfights and feeding the enemy team streaks and losing power positions and power weapons and not playing their intended roles. Just, go ahead and succeed on your own. You don't need them. Yes, you do. The realization I've made over the last year and a half or so is that these shooters were not intended to be solo queued in. I'm glad it's a possibility because my friends aren't always online, and I don't always want to play with my friends. Yeah, sorry, not sorry. Like, it's good that it's an option, but you have to understand, when you're solo queuing, you're not playing the game the way it's intended at all. Like, there's no way something as complex and as random as an FPS game was ever intended to be played without a team. From a design standpoint, I feel like solo queuing is the exception to the rule, and playing with friends is what you're supposed to be doing. Like, I get it, people are scary, but if you can't overcome that social anxiety just a little bit to play a video game, I don't know what to tell you, life's gonna get hard. For a lot of people, it's the initial push of meeting new people and coordinating with them. Yeah, that's not easy. And the fact is, it takes time to find people with schedules and lifestyles that match yours. Like, for me, it would be hard to match with somebody that's 4 years younger, who has a really noisy family in the background, has to share their console or PC with like 8 other siblings. That could get kind of annoying. Finding another 20-something that just wants to sit down and play Call of Duty and chill, I know it can be hard. It took me a long time to put together the group of friends I have today, and one of them was a cop-out because I've known him since I was 8 years old. For me, it's hard to find people that are willing to put a little bit of their pride in their gameplay and to really want to sweat it out for a win when it matters. A little bit of sweat, a little bit of push, a little bit of pride, and a little bit of camaraderie go a long way, and it makes these games so much more fulfilling because it then isn't just a video game, it's a social interaction that forms a bond. I've formed great bonds with people over difficult video games, everything ranging from Call of Duty to Dark Souls. I think if there's one place that video games have true real-life meaning, it's the ability to actually figure out how to be a good sport and work with other real people. That's a hard skill, and if it's something you can learn from the comfort of your living room or bedroom or TV room, or I don't fucking care where you live. Look, if you can learn it from the comfort of your console or PC, I fully recommend doing it. I have friends I have never met in person that I would gladly give a kidney to because, I don't know, we've formed a bond, and while, yeah, you could say it's personalities and conversations that do that, I also think a lot of that magic happens in the game. These games are complicated. Just the ability to call out, there's somebody camping on a roof, there's somebody in a building, there's 2 guys pushing you on your left, just the ability to say that and have somebody that gives a shit about the game enough to know what you're talking about when they hear it decreases the difficulty and stress of these online games by a huge amount. FPS games are very complex creatures. People are shooting you from off screen, they're making moves you can't see or predict, and when you have 3 teammates you can coordinate with, you essentially have 3 pairs of eyes around the map at any given moment, and that is a very powerful tool. I don't think Call of Duty developers designed their games hoping that you just blindly rush around by yourself with no one to coordinate with, dying to people you didn't see, and getting caught off guard by things you couldn't predict. Look, no amount of gun skill or game sense is going to beat a completely coordinated team because, frankly, you can't be that many places at once. Whether it's Halo, Call of Duty, Battlefield, Insurgency, if you are going on a streak and the enemy team has 4 friends that just called you out and they're looking for you, your time is absolutely numbered. Look, we all know the old annoying saying, this game is more fun with friends. Yeah, no shit. Doing the dishes, sweeping the porch, going to the dentist, that's all more fun with friends. But I truly believe games like this were designed to be played with other people, and, well, that can't be ignored. While yes, friends make everything better, I don't think it's just a matter of making games like this better. I think it's a matter of playing the game the way it was actually intended. Like, I think Dark Souls is a single-player game with a co-op edition that's there to supplement the gameplay, help you if you're stuck. It's not inherently a co-op game. it's a game that has a co-op option. This is sort of proven by the fact that, well, you summon people in by their signs instead of just opening up a lobby and having them join in, and there are areas in the games that are genuinely just single player only. It's more of a come and help me system than a co-op system. Whereas games like this have a huge emphasis on making sure you're teaming up with somebody for the best possible results. But hopefully this has given you a new perspective, or at least been fun to listen to. If it was, or did anything for you at all, hit the like button, subscribe, follow me on Twitter. I'll see you when I see you. Goodbye.